Hello there. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So this is Friday, January 30th, 2026. I decided to take the day off from work and just take a reset day. Being back in the workforce for a couple months now has been interesting, and I'm already evaluating if it's really the path that I want to be on. But that's a whole nother vlog. On this day, I decided to take one of my vacation days. And just come to the rink. My friend works at this rink, and it's always such a blast to come and to skate. And if you'll notice on any rink, you're going to see a lot of falling. It's just a part of it. This is a public skate session, so falling is common. And one of the coolest things about skating when I first started was just watching the kids and their perseverance and their ability to just like pop right back up and continue skating. It just reminded me of when I was younger, how fearless you are. So to start doing this as an adult, a full-on adult, was actually such a treat because it was like, this is teaching me so many things. So even when I come to the rink now, it is so cool because a lot of times I'm interacting with kids and adults, and you'll see that in a moment. This poor guy, he's went down twice in the same spot. And I did not notice that until I began editing the video. I'm like, oh my gosh, this poor guy just went down twice. But what's worse than that is, what in the world am I doing? So when I get back on the ice, it's always a fun adventure, but it's also humbling because it's like, have I done this before? Really, to find your skating legs on ice skates after being on inlines and then after not skating that much for the past 3 or 4 years, it is something that is a challenge. But as an adult, I love the fact that when I see other adults on the ice, I know that they are literally very interesting, courageous, out of the box. This guy behind me in the blue jeans, as I'm editing this video, I saw him doing all kind of cool tricks, and this guy has completely white hair, and I love it. I'm just like so inspired to see somebody out there, because when I started skating a decade ago, people would always ask me, aren't you afraid of breaking something? Oh no, I would never do that. I could never do that. So it is a bit of a strange culture to start skating as an adult, but I think it just, we have a certain mindset and we just go for it, and it is what it is. And of course, I'm not speaking for the whole, you can't make a broad sweeping generalization about everybody who ice skates, but there is something about it that's nice, and there's a camaraderie. Oftentimes with other adult skaters, when you're there, you just wind up talking and vibing, and sometimes I'll ask you how to do something. Sometimes I'll tell them whatever they're doing is cool, and okay, let's face it, I was about to say, and I'll ask them what they're doing, but I'm a little bit shy, so I don't typically ask unless we're in a class environment. But it is something that, as I'm watching these videos, it's really cool to just see like what everybody else is doing on the ice. And so this is something that is a love that I've had for, I should say, something that I deeply appreciate, that I've done for 10 years and 11 years, actually, heading into the 11th year now. Actually, I started 2014. It's been a full-on 11 years. That's crazy. So my buddy back here in the back, well, he's not really my buddy, but okay, so the interesting thing about this is this poor guy falls down, and if you'll notice, people often do this on the ice. They just kind of sit there for a moment and then they get up. I've done the same thing. I've had so many falls, worse than anything you'll see on this video and probably any other video. And sometimes I'm literally just like, one time I was laying face down and I had slammed my knee into the ice, and I'm just like, I just drove an hour and I just got on the ice 2 seconds ago. I took 2 or 3 strokes and I must have toe picked and literally went face down. I mean, my face didn't hit the ice, but my knee did, and I'm just sprawled out there. And it was the craziest thing. So falls are a part of it. So at this point, the guy is talking to me, and it's really cool because he's saying, hello, ladies. She waves at the camera. But he's literally saying, it's all about the flow, isn't it? The rhythm. And he's just like, we're just vibing about how skating really is about you just getting a certain rhythm, and, what we're doing as adults. I mean, competitive skaters is not just about a flow. It's about a ton of things, elements and skill and looking great and completing jumps or whatever deep edges. But, what we were saying is that to just do it as adults, it's just kind of a nice flow thing. So we're just having this little moment talking about how nice it is just to be in the flow of ice skating. And I mean, look at him, he's spinning all around and he just looks really cool. I like the fact that I could tell he's very free on the ice, and I feel that way as well, just free. And it's nice to just get out of the house, because you guys know, if you don't know, I've been in the house quite a lot these past couple of years, and really don't interact like I once did. So now it is fun to just get out and have a little moment with some music and just do my own thing. It's not even about how it looks. It's not about if anybody's watching. Everything I do is just like before the kingdom. I'm serving God and thinking about just being what He wants me to be, what He's created me to be. And so when I'm dancing or moving, it's just a fun moment to literally get out there and have some fun. If you'll notice, my buddy who I was just talking to, we're just going to call him my buddy for this video. He fell again, but watch this in a few seconds, guys. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. So funny in a good way. Like, this guy is pretty darn cool. So he gets up, okay, he's all good, and people are asking him if he's okay. And then I never saw this because I'm outside trying to get my Wi-Fi to work, because I got an earplug in, an earphone, and I'm trying to get my music to go on low. And so I'm not watching anything. I'm just looking at my phone, but only in editing. He gets back down here, and then he just, watch it, check it, get ready. Are you ready? What the heck? He literally just does like this back headstand or something. I'm like, that is pretty dang cool. I love it. So at this point, I'm just having a little fun with the camera and just, I love these shots of just footwork, and I'm not even on any edge. I'm just on the center of the blade. There's so much that if I really had the time that I love about ice skating, that now that I'm comfortable, now that I'm not a scaredy cat adult, like I'm literally like, oh, it'd be so fun to take another lesson or to just spend more time at the rink. So we'll see what the good Lord has in store. But I really do enjoy just getting out to the rink, and it's so wholesome. It's so fun. When you come to a public skate, everybody's welcome. You're just like literally doing your own thing. And that's how I always live my life anyway. I'm very much my own person. I'm very much about leadership and not following a crowd. So I just get out there and do my thing. And it's just really exciting. And my friend that works at the rink, I was only able to see her just very briefly because that rink lobby was actually packed. And so she was busy with doing all the front desk stuff and all the stuff with the concessions. And so I just briefly said hello. But this day was a blast. All right, guys, let's get ready for some cold weather. All right, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's January 31st, 2026. I hope you all are well. Wherever you're at, I hope that you are doing well with these winter conditions. Of course, here in Central Florida, we don't see a lot, but we're definitely going to see it this weekend. It's going to be interesting. So it's going to go 20s. It's going to be below freezing, and then dipping into the 20s for hours tonight and then hours tomorrow night. So I'm here at the land. I said, you know what? Let me just cover up my mulberry tree and my blackberry bush. So, this is something I typically don't do. I just typically let the plants do what they do, even though it gets temperatures drop below freezing almost every winter, at least a day or two or a few days here and there. But this is going to be different only because it's going to be not just low 30s or right around freezing, but it's going to be in the 20s, and it's going to be wind chills down in the teens. So I said I better just do my best to keep these mulberry trees going since I did plant them. So I got a few clothing items, whatever I could find,
And then I have my picnic blanket in the back. So let's get back here and cover up some trees. Woohoo! Icicles hanging from orange trees.